welcome back. We're the Young Jurks, and here we are with Disrupt Boston at Down the Road Beer Company in Everett, Massachusetts. My name is Mike Crawford, also sometimes known in the past as Mike Can. I'm just bringing that up because one of the guests called me Mike Can today, which is cool. I like that still. I think we're also live streaming maybe on Twitter as well. Maybe I'm not sure, actually. I don't know what's going on, but I know we're on Facebook Live. We're the Young Jurks, and we're broadcasting in more places as well on Disrupt Boston on their Facebook page. We're expanding. We're doing more things. One of the things I want to talk about is Midnight Mass, the new newsletter I started this week. You can subscribe to it, midnightmass.substack.com. We've got a bunch of stories on there. One of the stories is about the two gentlemen that are next joining me, who's sitting right next to me, our two next guests. We're going to get to that in 1 second. We also have a phone number, 502-501-3477, if you want to call in. I have to mention that April 27th, we just announced this as well, a huge party here, April 27th. You're all invited down the road beer company in Everett, Massachusetts. It's going to be our 5th anniversary party. It's going to be an award show for the Young Jerk Show, and we're expecting some big things. Number one, I can announce that looks like Tito Jackson's going to be in attendance. Number two, it looks like I know for a fact that we're going to give an award away. People are asking me, like, what are these awards about? What awards are you going to give out? I'm going to announce one award that we're going to give out right now. It's the Michael Malta Activism Award. It's after my friend KLP. And so we're going to nominate some of the people who've been on the show over the last few years, for the last 5 years, and pick the top activist that's come on. And it's going to be the Michael Malta Activism Award. And we're hoping, and we've invited, and they said they do plan on attending, his widow, Valerie Malta, his wife, Valerie Malta, and his two children, hopefully, his two daughters. Hopefully they're going to be attending as well, and we're going to hopefully have them give away that award, present that award. So we're going to announce much more on that. We have a Facebook event page that we just put up about it, and we're working on it. We have some major things happening on that, so we can't wait. We hope you check it out and buy tickets. RSVP early. You can buy tickets right now. Some of you already have. Make sure you get in early, because it could sell out. I'm expecting a huge crowd for this. So April 27th, we're excited. All right. So now that I've gotten to all of that, I can get to our two guests sitting live in studio. We were just talking about that they, because I'm kind of on a high. When I create stuff, like this week, I've been on a wicked high because I keep writing stories and putting them out, and it's a high. And these two guys are performers, rappers, artists, lyricists. And I wrote about them this week, about their new project and their new video that just blew me away. It's a project called Woke, or W-O-K-E. How do you say that?
W-O-K-E.
W-O-K-E. And it's two gentlemen, two rappers. One is Oblivious, who I've known for a long time, forever, it seems like.
Yes.
And the other gentleman, I've known you as well, but not personally.
Not
we
personally,
talked,
yes.
And your name is, I'm going to make sure I say this is Lateb?
Lateb, yes.
Lateb.
Correct.
Got
Everybody always says Lateb. Always. It's funny, yeah. Even my friends that I've known for years that are rappers have always said Lateb. To this day still.
Well, maybe they'll get it right, because if I keep saying it over, like I program people, Lateb.
Lateb.
Sometimes I program people the wrong way. I say names, like I said a name on here, like so wrong so many times, and then he came on and said, my name is actually Andy Gauss. And I was like, oh my God. He's like, everybody's been saying it wrong because of you. So maybe we're programming the right way. Lateb.
I came to the right place then. Yeah.
Lateb.
Yeah.
Lateb. Lateb. No, I'm saying it right. Is it B pronounced?
Yeah, B.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Lateb.
Lateb.
All right,
yeah.
got it right. Cool.
Yeah,
So you guys, I put out this track, this video. I freaking loved it. I had to write a story on it. Can you tell us about the recording of that first of all? Like, how did you come up with that?
Well, it's remixed one of Eminem's new songs off his Kamikaze project that's dropped this year called The Ringer. And, I mean, to be honest, he's a legend. He's a high caliber lyricist, you know what I mean?
He's one of the best ever.
But he sometimes lacks in content. You know, he doesn't have much substantive content. He's an incredible lyricist and wordsmith, you know, but I felt like with the climate going on in the country right now, he had such a platform and such an opportunity not to just, you know, take shots at someone, but to really articulate like the ills and you know what's really going on. And I feel like he dropped the ball, you know, and so I felt a certain way. So I went and got the instrumental and I started writing, and I ended up writing fairly significant verse. And I hit up Lateb because we've been working together, and I was like, "Hey man," I sent it to him. He was like, "Yo," hit me back the next day. He was like, "I got my verse," and he's like, "I got a hook."
And
I was
it was substantial too, because those bars on there it's not like your average 16 bar or 16 bar.
No, it goes
format.
on, and it's all like you guys are dropping like I call it reality, like just like we call like no fronting, being honest about situations. Like we're talking about student debt loan.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
We're talking about artificial intelligence and just the new fascism that's here,
Yes.
and like other things that we're talking. I mean, there's a prison trap, right? I mean,
Yes, there is a prison trap.
Prison industrial complex, you know what I mean? Like we try to, you know, bring substance and you know, shed light on things that actually are relevant and not just to us, you know what I mean, but to, you know, a very diverse, you know, span of people and across the country and even across the world, you know what I mean? These things are affecting, but especially here in our country. And like I said, I feel like there's a lot of mainstream artists that are not taking advantage of their platform, and
it's weird, isn't it?
So weird. So weird.
Because when I saw what you guys put out, I was so blown away because it was different, but like that. But it's so like it's still what I call like the hardcore kind of rap. It's not like it's not like soft, but it's not fronting. And the thing about you guys too is, when you put this out, what was the response? Because I saw like a lot of people did view it on especially the Facebook.
Mixed, majority positive. Especially in our demographic of fans and whatnot. The response was fairly positive. We had a couple of people that were feeling a certain way. You know what I mean?
What do you mean? Like, there's haters, you guys? Like,
I mean, there's always going to be haters.
Really?
Whenever you put out anything, it doesn't matter.
The
what
white
it
boy in a
is.
Kaepernick jersey. You know
all
what I
right.
mean?
Oh, those right wingers like Trumpers.
and he
You
is.
get some Trump
You got the
pushback?
all right going hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got all
Yeah,
sorts of
there's
nitwits with
Trump-
something to say.
Trump
Everyone got
pushback,
something to
yeah.
say. It doesn't matter what you're doing.
That's
Like there's
true.
always going to
That's
be
true.
someone that's gonna throw some negativity at you.
See, I love that white boy in a Kaepernick jersey. I was like, oh, you got me right there. Like, I
And
just
he
love it.
literally wears that thing
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You saw. I was at the rally this year in it. You know what I mean? And
I love that too. I gotta give you mad props for that, Donnie. Oblivious. You can call you either
It's all-
name, right? I
it's
know
all
you both
good.
ways.
It's all good,
But you like, I've seen you like throughout the years. Like you were at the Occupy movement.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of like kind of a dick to the Occupy movement at one point because
justifiably so, man.
because I was questioning some stuff. But you kind of, I remember you kind of gave me some pushback and kind of like, in a good way, like,
Well, you and Foy were, connecting, Chris Foy.
Yeah.
And, he was there heavy, with me,
Yeah.
and you guys were able to.
You gave me more insight because you were there more often. Like you kind of gave me like, yeah, this is some issues here, but this is really what it's about.
Right. Like, I mean, as naive as maybe it was, like, we thought we were changing the world, man. We were posted up across on the Fed. We were trying to really bring, some light, the same approach that I took to the track, you know what I
Right.
mean? To bring, light to these ills and, social inequalities and injustices and corruption and, oppression. And, it's, like I said in the article you wrote, like, it's not all puppies and rainbows, man. You know what I mean? There are serious things going on here, and if I gotta make a somewhat spectacle of myself, which isn't necessarily the intention, you know what I mean? But it's like a vitamin in the Twinkie. You know what I mean? If I gotta stick a finger in your face to get your attention, you know what I mean, so that we can sit down and have a constructive conversation about something that matters, then so be it.
And it's all about the conversation, really. It
right.
really is
I
about.
greet everyone with peace,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean?
You don't, like I said, you don't have to agree with us or
Right.
by any means, but as long as you're thinking about it and knowing that there's a different viewpoint out there,
Right,
you know what I mean?
perspective.
And willing to accept new information.
willing to
Right.
accept new information.
That's
yes,
real. Like that's not
exactly.
like BS.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I'm
to
not,
change your mind.
Nothing's
maybe.
fraudulent, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wasn't. I'm not stretching the truth or making up. Like I try to be as real to myself as possible. You know
Right.
what I mean? So that was the whole point. You know what I mean? And going back to like Occupy, like I said in the interview, like maybe there was some naivety involved, but like I still believe that what me and countless others aimed to accomplish, you know what I mean, was genuine. You know what I mean?
I think it did make a difference because I think even though it didn't go as far as people wanted, the conversation's still happening.
right.
People are still more aware of these issues, especially I think with the banks. Like it's so long. I was a financial advisor. I probably around then I was probably leaving it, but people are licensed in these businesses and they have financial license. I had Series 763. I didn't know any of this stuff about the way the Federal Reserve Bank really works.
The manipulation.
Do you know what I'm
and
saying?
Right.
So when people who are supposedly educated and professionals and licensed, like I was licensed, I had what they call a FINRA license, like managing people's money beyond the Series 7, beyond the Series 63, beyond the life accident. I had 4, you know what I mean? Like, and I didn't know, So this just goes to show you, like, I think because of things like Occupy, we're seeing, Ocasio-Cortez, we're seeing big wins locally and nationally. And I
Ayanna
think
Pressley, you know what I mean?
yeah, more things
incredible.
are happening. I also want to talk to you guys because now you're together, right, as a group here.
Yeah,
WOKE?
we're a duo, yes.
Duo,
yes,
thank
yeah.
you.
We're both solo artists, but
Yes.
you know what I mean. Yes, we've been collaborating for a long time. You know what I
We've
mean.
been good friends for a long time.
But we actually decided to become a duo and actually take these issues head on, and that's the whole concept of the woke. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Two different, entirely different perspectives coming together to show people that you know what I mean.
And the woke is not just like political issues, not that. We also have
it's
like
growth.
a lot of things, like self-awareness, looking at
Yes.
one's self, knowing that you're not perfect, but nobody else is perfect. You know what I mean?
No one got a manual to this. No one knows
There's
what.
nothing.
You know, and it's changing every day. Every day, technology is it's running rampant. Every day
very
that it's something new. You know what I mean? Something coming out that's changing the spectrum of multiple platforms. You know what I mean? So
I can't imagine being like born today.
Oh my God.
How do you keep up?
going
How do
to the prison industrial complex. Like imagine getting caught with some reefer in the 70s. You know what I mean? A couple pounds, and you're doing 30 years in jail or something like that. And you get out. You know what I mean? And like. You got touch screens and people, you know what I mean? You could talk to people in Korea on your phone, you know what I'm saying? And like, it's like mind-boggling. Like it reminds me of Shawshank Redemption. Like when Morgan Freeman gets out and like he's sitting in that room and he attempts to commit suicide because he just can't adjust to the technology. Yeah, exactly. The advancements that are going. You know what I mean? Like, he's been incarcerated. You know what I mean? I was a minor stint. You know what I mean? Like we've been able to touch, you know what I mean? I have health issues. I've dealt with the healthcare system. You know what I mean?
Which is another nightmare. I mean, this is what scares me and keeps me up at night.
The pharmaceutical
What happens if I get sick?
Yeah.
What happens if I get? I mean, this is what we all deal with now. They bankrupt you.
100%.
It's out of control. I got to give our phone number out, 502-501-3477. We're talking to the duo behind WOKE. Their new project, it's Oblivious and Lateb. You guys are going on tour.
Yep.
Tell us about this. This is exciting.
Absolutely. Yes.
We leave at the end of this month, actually, January 29th. We head out, flying in and out of London.
And we're coming back March 3rd. As thus far, I mean, we still have more shows in the works, so we haven't announced like a full slate of dates yet. But we do have dates booked with local rapper and legend Rex. He's
Lawrence Math.
He's really helped us with this a little bit, and he's put us on a couple of his tour dates, like 3 in particular in Switzerland and one in Prague.
Are you going to Prague?
We're going to Prague, and actually I was just in Prague. I did the Hip Hop Camp Festival this past summer, which is about an hour and a half away from Prague.
It's actually the largest like hip hop festival throughout Europe, and for a summer festival.
I did that with another rapper. His name is M.
Dot.
Yeah,
M. Dot's also.
I have to shout
he's
out M.
also
Dot,
featured on the project. Up and Away is actually out on all digital outlets. That you can look it up right now.
Yeah.
Spotify, YouTube, whatever you want. Deezer, Tidal. It's called Up and Away. It's Lateb and Oblivious featuring M. Dot. It's more fun track. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Yeah, but it's a woke one because you have to have fun with music too.
100%.
You literally have you have to. But yeah, going back to the tour. Yeah, we just today actually we just
locked in a date in
London.
in London.
As well. And
where you're playing in London?
I think it's called the Windmill. I'm still ironing out. The flyer hasn't been pressed or anything. I was just not working with the promoter, Catherine North, out of London, Brixton area. And but we have
also Budapest.
Wow, Hungary.
Yeah,
Yes,
Copenhagen.
Oh, Denmark.
Yeah,
In all the countries.
Yes, we're trying to do as much as we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but yeah, super shout out to Rex, man. You definitely aided in making this a possibility. You know what I mean?
Very cool.
For real.
And people are telling me it's how to pronounce your name, Lateb. Lateb.
Lateb.
They're telling me it's Lateb.
They love saying Lateb.
What is that?
It's
Lateb.
Yeah, it's Lateb. See, the guy says he says it's pronounced late B.
Nah, it's Lateb.
Like what, late B?
Yeah.
No, it's
That's
Lateb.
gotta be somebody I know.
Lateb, buddy.
That's gotta
Lateb.
be somebody I know.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. Our phone number, 502-501-3477 if you want to call in. Coming up at 8 p.m. on Disrupt Boston is Activist Hour. I don't know if Monica Cannon Grant's in. I don't think so. She just had a baby. I think she's going to be taking a lot of time off, hopefully. And hopefully she's enjoying her new baby. And but I know Calvin's coming in, right, at 8 p.m.? Yes, Calvin is coming in. So Calvin Feliciano will be here at 8 p.m. For Activist Hour on Disrupt Boston. We're the Young Jurks. We're here every Saturday at 6 p.m. My name is Mike Crawford. I want to make sure that you, if you haven't, subscribe. midnightmass.substack.com is my new newsletter. I want to thank Lateb because you subscribe.
Yes.
You're like a paying premium member, I noticed.
Yeah.
You're the man.
I did subscribe. Yeah. I subscribed to read my article, obviously, but
You didn't have to.
I started reading all the articles, and I really like. I almost
Elizabeth Warren.
I really
You like the
messed
Elizabeth
up.
Warren one?
I did because I that rubbed me the wrong way,
Right.
which the way they portray a certain individual in our political establishment.
that's
You know what I
crazy.
mean?
Yeah.
As some high horse, awesome individual when he has a beer and buys some
Charlie
beer.
Baker we're talking about, yeah.
we're
Right.
talking
Governor
about Charlie
Baker,
yeah.
the double standard, how, there's a few stories up on there, midnightmass.substack.com. We're talking about the Elizabeth Warren one and how Elizabeth Warren got hammered both locally and nationally for having a Michelob Ultra, where Charlie Baker,
Can have a Guinness and buy
Yeah.
a dozen people.
and it's much more non-spontaneous. Like Charlie Baker, he planned that as a campaign stop. That means like he hired somebody to basically set that up. Where Elizabeth Warren taking a beer out of the refrigerator, I don't think she hired anyone to set that up. Like
No.
I think that was kind of spontaneous because if it wasn't spontaneous, she probably would have grabbed a PBR. Or she probably would have grabbed the Guinness, or
Right.
she probably would have grabbed the Sam Adams. She wouldn't have grabbed a Michelob Ultra, in my belief.
the lack of transparency
Yeah.
is
Like-
evident.
Charlie Baker probably did a poll on which beer he should drink at the bar. And then Boston media just lapped it up. So these are the types of stories we're covering. There was a new story today on Christian White. Couple big stories. I'm working on a major story right now about the cannabis driving commission and the push for that. That's going to be coming out in the next 24 hours. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be for paying subscribers only, like Lateb. So he'll be able to see it first. And it's, some of the paying subscription ones, not all of them. Most of the stories on there are going to be for the free subscribers as well. But the premium ones are a lot of times the ones that we're going to print in Dig Boston. And so you don't get to see it until it's in Dig Boston, unless you're paying, unless you're a premium subscriber.
Yes.
So
I'm premium. Get premium.
you can get premium. You don't have to. The
You don't have to, yeah.
freebies are fine too. Like, a lot of the freebies.
Support real journalism.
A lot of the freebies I upgrade to premium too, because I some of them are friends have done stuff for us, and I appreciate it, and it's my gift to you. So just sign up no matter what, whether it's premium or whether it's just a free account. Do it either way, because either way it helps us,
Absolutely.
and it helps you get good content.
Yeah, and the content is great. I think I scrolled through like 3
Absolutely.
articles.
And thank you
Yep.
again.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Can't,
Well, thank
can't
you guys. You guys
enough.
gave a great interview, and I would definitely tell people to check out your interview, which I love. I think it was one of the best releases we've had so far. You guys put some work in, answered the questions, and I appreciate the story that we have up there on you guys on midnightmass.substack.com.
Appreciate you.
It's
Thank you.
much appreciated as well. Yeah.
And I also want to ask if you guys are around April 27th. We're gonna. I don't know what if we're gonna do music in that, but I would hope you guys would talk to our crew over here that are producing this event and see if we can get you hooked up somehow for our April 27th
we would
event.
be
We're already there.
absolutely.
All
We're
right.
already there.
Without question.
I think
Mikey.
we're looking for maybe shorter sets from people. It's
What
not
I-
really it's mostly going to be about the awards, but afterwards we may do a little bit. I'm not sure. We're going to work that out with the venue here as well.
Whatever we can do to be involved. And,
We love you.
know,
Awesome.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
WOKE Woke we have here again is
Yes.
Oblivious.
Yes, sir.
Lateb. I screwed it up. Lateb.
You'll
Lateb.
get
Damn it, it's
Mikey,
gonna
you'll
happen
get
every
it.
time.
Lateb. So what do you guys want to leave us with anything on the way out here?
I would say I just want to give a huge shout out to John Glass. He's actually the producer.
The mastermind.
He is the mastermind. He's like one of the greatest.
He's the musical
Yeah.
mastermind behind the entire Woke project. He's a musical support. He produced and engineered, and we record everything at his spot over in Danvers.
In Danvers?
In Beverly.
Oh,
In
Beverly.
actually.
Yes,
That's
we-
see, I'm up in Marblehead now.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
no, maybe come through.
That's what I'm saying.
You
Like,
can
absolutely.
come through,
No,
yeah.
no,
John
no,
is
no,
open
no,
I'll
to
bring my
no,
girl
having
down
people.
too. She likes to hang out in studios. and see musicians
Absolutely,
recording.
it's very open atmosphere, and John's one of the most talented, and he's just an incredible human being. You know what I mean? But on that note, I want to give a shout out to Rose Glenn
Rose
Entertainment.
Glenn. He did the video?
Yeah.
Where's he out of?
Stoughton, Mass.
Oh, cool.
Yo, and longtime friend, another incredible videographer and photographer, multimedia mastermind, and we work with him a lot. So you'll be seeing more visuals to promote the upcoming project coming from John himself.
Yeah.
Excellent. So when you say visuals, I'm hoping for videos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Their
yeah.
videos, yeah, I hate that terminology as well. I don't like the terminology of visuals. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah,
just,
no,
just
we
say
we
it's a
have
video.
music videos coming for
just say
yeah.
it's a video.
We have numerous videos coming. We have a lot. We have a
Visuals
lot of
could be
material.
pictures, I guess.
It's like a seductive term.
There's new kind of like I don't know. New things coming out all the time, so you never know.
What it actually
Yeah.
entails, right?
Yeah.
Especially me hanging around with all the
That's true.
artists. It's like the multimedia and
That's like John does everything. He does podcasts. He actually have Talking Seaweed, which is
that's him.
Yes.
because I've seen that.
Oh, that is Rose Glenn. Yeah,
that's
Rose Glenn,
and,
Blunt Smoke with
and-
Bobby,
and Blunt Smoke Bobby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just
They have their own podcast video
this
show.
is this is their
Yikes,
shirts.
which is action sports mixed with cannabis media company.
Cool.
They just did their first event out in Skaters Edge in Taunton. It was a skateboarding and BMX event, and it was
That sounds fun.
Cannabis promotion, you know what I mean?
It's
And-
funny because so many people don't get that a lot of athletes love cannabis. I'm one of them. I wrestled. A lot of, especially mixed martial artists, wrestling guys.
Absolutely.
We love it. And football guys, basketball guys. I mean,
Right.
I'm meeting them all.
Everybody.
It makes the world go
Everybody.
round, and now that it's not, now that it's coming out and not being so scrutinized and demonized, you're starting to see more of these professionals, and you're gonna start seeing like other aspects of it. You know what I mean? The teachers, and because
Everybody.
it's
Yeah.
it's a prominent part of life.
It's like, people don't think that. They don't stigmatize people who drink beer.
or
Like, you're almost
pharmaceuticals.
expected. It's kind of
yeah.
weird if you don't drink a beer, as well, some people. That's the only stigma I see on beer now. Is like, because this show, sometimes people are like, why don't you guys have a beer in a brewery? It's just fucking, excuse my language. It's just, it's hilarious. Like, it's almost the opposite on beer.
Well, it's
And
like,
it's crazy too because, like, personally speaking, I've done way worse things drinking alcohol than
That's
when
right.
I've been smoking
kidding me?
marijuana. You know what I mean? So
And that's what I always say. The other thing about, we were talking about the Elizabeth Warren story. If Elizabeth Warren really wanted to make a huge splash with people, she wouldn't let out joint.
yep.
Or,
Yep.
or, or,
100%.
or take a bite out of a legal brownie. I'm in Massachusetts in Cambridge here, and eating a brownie from a legal dispensary.
Yeah.
Well, you can,
Yep.
you can
That
get
would've made headlines.
OxyContin and Percocet and Zoloft and Xanny bars and Xanax and all these prescription pharmaceuticals that are so detrimental and especially being abused by youth. And you have an epidemic going on with opiate-based, you know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
a lot of these people are transitioning to marijuana to climb out of these holes, and it's been unbelievably productive in that facet. And it's still being demonized by these people that are going home and drinking a 12-pack. You know what I mean?
It's
and like
insane.
no one's going home and beating up their wife because they smoked a joint.
Nobody.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bringing more light to this. I think a lot more people are going to start to understand the reality. The reefer madness stigma is going to start falling away, and you know what I mean.
Seems like it.
People,
Slow
well, I
but
hope
sure.
so, man.
I'm
I
glad.
mean, it
I'm just
depends on
glad.
where you're at.
Yeah, I'm just happy it's happening finally. It is so slow, and people need to catch up.
I watched it ruin numerous of my friends' lives growing up, getting caught with a joint or a bag of weed and end up in the correctional facility.
crazy.
You know what I
That's
mean?
the
They end up
crazy.
in the system
And
and
we're
then
paying for that.
probate. Yeah, 100%. Our taxes going right to it. Whereas then now you're seeing all the recoupable benefits like financially from the taxes and they're still dragging their feet with the dispensaries and like all that. You know what I mean? So. Hopefully we'll get to the point when we get an even keel
right.
and people can see a more transparent aspect to, the balance of alcohol, these pharmaceutical drugs, and marijuana especially.
Excellent. So where are people going to be able to find the new video and all your music and everything you're doing?
At Oblivious Hip Hop on every social media aspect.
Mine is at Lateb on everything except Instagram because somebody has that account. So that one is at Lateb the God. Please, we just started a new YouTube channel. It's called Play Some Woke Shit. So we do have the video on there as well. We haven't pushed that link really. We've only pushed the Facebook really, but we did start it, and it's Play Some Woke Shit. So subscribe to us.
We'll be adding more stuff as this year continues. Please
And
believe.
I've seen you both all the time at the Boston Freedom Rally. Do you
Yes.
play that regularly? How many times you played it?
I think this year was my 9th year.
Awesome.
I remember we did when we were I was part of the group called the Gutterheads. Yeah, and we got the smoking music of the year award in like 2008.
Yes.
And we headlined the
remember
420 slot and. Since then, we've been building, you know what I mean? And, shout out to my brother Chris Foy, who had a lot to do with that. When he came back from tour, you guys were able to
Book
connect
something.
and stuff. And, Phil Hardy was able to take over the reins for the past few years. And, our brother John Schneider was able to,
Yeah, he got it. Yeah, John Schneider. He really helped us out to get on this past year. But as me and him, because in the past I had played with my group Headshots.
Headshots.
I know Headshots.
So Headshots, yeah, that's I founded that group a long time ago. But we played like 7 years or so, something
That's
as
how
well.
I've seen you
yeah.
perform every
Yes.
year, yeah.
Yeah.
We were part of the Starving Artists.
That's
and,
right.
Shout out Rec Shop Movement. You know what I mean? Justice Born. He's doing incredible things. They just organized. Justice himself is part of Ironbound Lynn.
That's
And-
right.
Yeah,
It's
and
close to me. I gotta go down there
And they
and check
just
it out.
they
You
just
should,
threw
it's good.
an unbelievably
Your New
successful New Year's party
That's
the first night in Lynn, and it was incredible.
I gotta check that out because
No.
I see what Justice Born. People that don't know, because I'm fascinated by the rec shop movement.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell people what that is? Is it like a few minutes? Just
Draw him.
When raw elements combine kinetically, start helping other people, man. Like that's the acronym. That's Rec Shop. I've been involved and affiliated with Rec Shop for a better part of a decade now, maybe more. And Justice Born is an incredible individual, unbelievably transparent and genuine. And he's really going to change the world without question.
I see it
Without
Like,
question.
Lynn,
And nothing is
he had a
stopping
festival in Salem at Salem Willows. as
him. Oh yeah,
well.
multiple years. The Bridging the Gaps. Yeah,
Bridging the
absolutely. I volunteered. I try to volunteer whenever I can. You know what I mean?
And what's like part of the, because I understand it's more than that, but what I always thought in the very beginning is the rec shop movement was just guys coming together. And the sub, can you tell about that aspect of it?
The Subway Cypher
Yes.
and the Freedom Cypher, when Culture's Dynasty was up in the garage in Harvard Square, they actually opened their doors and let us do a cypher in there. But since they have closed down and they do most of their work digitally, we were doing, it actually transitioned to the Democracy Center in Cambridge down the street. And when that kind of, got, I don't really know what happened there, but they decided to bring it right to the red line, you know what I mean, and the orange line, and they bring it's like local producers or all producers from outside of the region will go down there, and then you'll have improv musicians show up and numerous artists, and you have such a range of generation gaps being blended together. So you have the old heads, the new heads, and like right now there's, especially in hip hop, there's this facade of diversity between like the new school and the old school and this and that, but like they're smashing those barriers down like it's no tomorrow, man, and it's beautiful. Like I said, Justice Born is a real life superhero.
So
man.
now, when you say the Red Line, they show up at a T station and basically guys rap and
yeah,
do a big,
it's
Downtown Crossing, right? Isn't it
I believe it's
Downtown Crossing.
Yes. No, it's
and it's the red and the orange.
Broadway?
No, it's
I think it changes sometimes too.
No, it's I'm flaking right now.
Yeah.
It's not Haymarket. It's yeah, I'm flaking.
That's
I love
all
you,
right. People
Justice.
can look it up.
Yeah,
we'll
look up, find the Subway Cypher Boston, Rec Shop Movement, Ironbound Lynn. Get involved, man. These people are incredible, and they are definitely changing the world, and they're hell bent on it.
Awesome. We're the Young Jurks, and I think we're just about out of time here. We will take a phone call if anyone wants to call in. Lines are open, 502-501-3477. It's now 7:43 p.m. Saturday night. We're the Young Jurks. We're here at Down the Road Beer Company. My name is Mike Crawford, and we're just chatting with Oblivious and Lateb.
Yes.
From WOKE, their new project. They're the duo. I love their video. Check out the story again on midnightmass.substack.com. And you guys again are touring. When's the tour start?
January 29th.
Yeah, the 29th. Yes.
No.
Yes. We'll see you later.
Yep.
That's good. Are you guys going to give like updates and like kind of a tour?
Oh yeah.
Constant.
We have a lot of social media that we keep everyone
Yeah,
involved. If you follow us on our Instagram, we're very active on that. On Facebook, on Twitter, you know what I mean. More, like I said, more videos to come, a lot more music to come, and some more surprises. So
Some real good surprises. Yeah.
At Oblivious Hip Hop and at Lateb.
And at Lateb the God. Follow me on Instagram. I'm an idiot.
You're the idiot. I'm playing with my phone. I turn up the volume. That was me. Oblivious. I'm the radio professional over here, screwing up my own show as usual, and then calling myself out on it. But you guys are awesome. You guys are pros. I really appreciate you guys too. Is like how quickly you got back on the interview and like how well done it was, and how nice you guys are to me and like thanking me and all that. But you guys are hard workers. Like I see it, and you have passion for it.
Appreciate it.
And I really love it. I love your music, and I just keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Glad to be here, man. Thank you
I'm
again, Mikey.
So happy to be here. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I just feel like we both feel like that. If you don't have passion, you have to work for it. It's not worth it at all.
The
if you're
music
not willing
is
to work,
20 to 30% of this.
It's zero, it's
you
like
know what I mean?
Almost nothing. Yeah.
And that's the easiest part. We've been doing music for 2 decades. You know what I mean? Like we're not gonna stop regardless. But like, there's a lot of footwork to go in. There's a lot of networking. There's a lot of sleepless nights. You know what I mean? There's a lot of sacrifices, and that's almost the beauty of the struggle. It's been a long ride, and I'm very I'm excited about what the future's gonna bring, Mikey.
Perfect. And before we leave, you guys were telling me you were recording last night.
Yeah.
And you were
Yes,
up all
yeah.
night. Like, tell us about that. What's going on?
We were in the studio
From
with
5 to 5.
Yeah,
Wow,
with
12 hours.
John Glass at his studio again in Beverly.
Beverly, yeah.
Check him out. Book up time with him. He's incredible. Actually, local sensation Justin Clancy came by
Yes.
and was hanging out.
Justin Clancy, you're my dude.
Caitlin Carey is an upcoming vocalist. You'll see a lot of her on the project.
She's incredible, honestly.
And,
She elevated a lot of our songs on our project to the point we brought her in for one, and then we're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
we need you.
She just added
How do you
something.
love when that
like,
happens? When you
yeah.
find some
Oh my
like
God.
that, just you're like, wow, I gotta get more of that.
It was-
Magical,
yeah,
man,
it was
magical.
magic. It
Shout
was.
out Paranorm and M. Dodd again for being involved, and lots more music on the way. And I hope you guys can follow us, check us out, and be on the lookout.
At Oblivious.
At Oblivious Hip Hop.
At Lateb and at Lateb the God.
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you guys. Well, this is WOKE. Thank you guys for coming in. We're the Young Jurks. We're going to check out at 8 p.m. coming up is Activist Hour here at Disrupt Boston. Again, I want to thank you guys so much for coming in.
The pleasure's ours,
Yes.
Monkey, for real. Thank
And
you.
we hope you kind of give us an update and come back too.
Not
when you got more news.
without question.
Of
You
course.
can't keep us away.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll have plenty of stories, tour stories when we come
That's
back.
what we want.
Yes, sir.
we can't wait to have you back. All right, we're the Young Jurks. We'll see you next week, Saturday, 6 p.m. Thank you to our audience, and thank you to the guys behind the board, Murphy and Doobie, and thank you Down the Road Beer Company, and thank you all for the comments. I'm looking at, there's some comments here. I don't know if we want to. Yeah, people, you know what? They're asking for links. They want
the
your
links.
music.
Okay.
They're, you know.
Check out Lateb and Oblivious.
Yeah. Lateb on Facebook.
And someone said Downtown Crossing. That was a comment too. So I think they're
That's
referring
probably
to
the subway cipher.
where the cipher is right now. And Danielle Mayer said she's an amazing singer. Talking about the.
Oh, Caitlin, yeah. Shout out Danielle. Yep.
So we have had some feedback, some other comments too, but
It's funny because they probably saw from the Instagram last night. Yeah.
yes. You guys were live on the Instagram last night with her?
Yep.
We were posting a little bit
yeah,
of the
on our
Instagram.
stories and whatnot,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, if you check out the @Lateb on Facebook, you'll be able to see the Facebook link of the new video.
Excellent. Perfect. All right. So, again, thank you, gentlemen, and we will see everybody next Saturday at 6 p.m. The Young Jerks checking off. And again, thank you guys.
Thank you, Monkey.
Thank you, Oblivious. Thank you,
thank you.
Lateb.
Young Jerks, Young Jerks.
Don't wanna complication.
check.